How to win arguments without making enemies. Who came first? Chicken or egg? Which political party is going to win the next election? How is the world going to end? Wars? Natural disasters? Meteors? We bet most of you have debated on at least one of these questions. If not, you can test it right now. Just start a conversation with your friends or leave a comment in the comment section and see where it goes. The point is, having a debate on any one of the sensitive topics like religion or politics is most probably not going to end well. You might even end up making enemies. The reason is that everyone has their own opinions, beliefs, and point of view, and whether or not to mention, all of us want to win the debate. At least we want our own argument to be the dominant one. When everyone in a group starts trying to convince other members of their own opinion, it creates a conflict, and eventually, the arguments may end up in making enemies. In this video, we are going to unlock the secrets behind winning an argument without making enemies. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so that you won't miss any of our amazing videos. Stay calm and behold. Here we go. Number 1. First listen, then speak. Your top priority in order to win an argument is to listen before you speak or before you start throwing arguments. It subcommunicates the other person that you are open to his arguments and not just there to fight. Also, when people feel that they are being properly understood, they don't get angry. Instead, in return, they start understanding you. It also gives you more time to think about the most appropriate answer with the most appropriate words. So, take a deep breath and wait for your turn. You are now at the first step of winning an argument. Number 2. Upward inflection. While in a debate, if you want to show your counterpart that you are not trying to command or control him, you can use this technique. Upward inflection is basically like ending your statement on a higher note or sounding a bit like a question. When used carefully, this can make your opponent reconsider what he just said, and he might want to further elaborate his point. Again, it subcommunicates the other person that you are listening actively and that you want to know more about the other person's argument. Number 3. Releasing tension. The best way to release tension is to crack a joke, make your opponent laugh with you, and consequently lead the opponent and the audience towards a lighter mood. But choose your words carefully. The intent should be just to lighten the mood and not to offend your counterpart using sarcasm. Also, be ready to take jokes in return and laugh for leaving a positive and friendly impression. Especially if you want to win arguments at work, this is a sure method that works every single time. Number 4. The principle of yes and but. Use this technique to indicate the part where you agree with your opponent and where you disagree. Of course, you shall only be able to do that after actively listening to your counterpart, analyze his statement, deduce the conclusion, and then add your part by stating where you disagree. The word yes indicates the part of an argument where you agree with your opponent and depicts a good level of acknowledgement from your side. Then using but followed by your statement conveys the message where you disagree without leaving a negative impression. See? It's not that hard to win an argument without making enemies. Number 5. Ask questions instead of making statements. This technique is very useful in taking the discussion forward without leaving a negative impact. Ask genuine questions while aiming to understand the other person's point of view. Then state back their argument in your own words. Asking the right question shall allow you to be in control of the discussion, and once you feel that you are in control, you can ask some challenging or hypothetical questions from your opponent. That way, your opponent may start looking for answers or may get confused, and this will give you an upper edge over him. Number 6. The Socratic Method. The previous point brings us to the next level of discussion, where you can ask the questions that pinpoint the inconsistencies from your opponent's arguments in a non-accusatory way. At this stage, you have understood your opponent's position, and now you can frame your disagreements in the form of questions, while giving your opponent the chance to respond without feeling offended. This gives you an extra advantage and increases the chances of winning your argument. Number 7. Do not raise your voice. Raising your voice is not a good idea while presenting your arguments. This may even destroy all of the positive impressions you might have already made and escalate the situation while making your opponent feeling offended. A loud voice is subconsciously interpreted as a sign of weaker argument and aggressive emotion. On the contrary, calmness and courtesy is the key to winning hearts and, of course, winning arguments. Number 8. Surrender a small argument. If the situation doesn't seem to cool down, you can surrender one of your points as an act of good faith. Your opponent may reciprocate, which enables both of you to reach an admissible solution. If you notice the opposite reaction, then you are free to end the discussion on neutral terms. Number 9. The win-win situation. Some arguments never end despite all your efforts. It's best to compromise and conclude your discussion by accommodating your main points and some of your opponent's. Another option is to let your opponent have the last words. By that time, you may have proven your superiority over your opponent by depicting a high level of dignity and modesty after giving your best shot. This shall help you to end the discussion with grace and integrity and leave a heart-winning impression among the audience. Number 10. Don't get personal. Direct attacks on your opponent's lifestyle, authenticity, or honesty should be avoided. Attack the issue, not the person. If the opponent attacks you and gets personal, then you can take the high ground by saying things like, "I am surprised at you making personal attacks like that," or "I think it would be better if we stuck to the main issue here, rather than maligning people." This will not only grant you extra respect in front of the audience, but will also shatter some of your opponent's confidence. And if you manage to come up with a strong argument based on facts this time, it'll surely throw your opponent completely off the scent. So next time someone gets personal while arguing, you know exactly what to do and win the argument. So, this concludes today's video. But here's an important message for you. Always remember that the purpose of any debate is not always to win, but to be on the right side. You cannot always be right. Be ready to enlighten yourself with new beliefs and be open to adjusting your belief in the light of new evidence that comes forth and seems logically and ethically right. Practice this and all formerly discussed tips and tricks, and we are sure that you shall stand at the top of any debate and shall win arguments without making enemies. We hope you liked the video. If so, don't forget to hit the like button and share this video. Also, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you won't miss any of our amazing videos. See you in the next video. Till then, take care and keep winning hearts.